And welcome to the Lindy's post-game report. I am the coach Dick Cox reporting tonight on the Carolina Panthers versus the Miami Dolphins live on Monday Night Football. The Carolina Panthers had the national spotlight tonight and seem to have found the fun of playing football again. It seemed like for the second time in a couple of weeks, the Panther players have gotten back to having fun on the field again. This is something that was missing early in the year. I don't know for what reason or whatever, but the Panthers seem more relaxed. They're getting more people involved, and the result tonight was a 45-21 win over the Miami Dolphins. Tonight, the Carolina Panthers offense posted a team record 548 total yards. Everybody was getting in the picture tonight. Cam Newton was throwing touchdown passes. McCaffrey was scoring on touchdown runs and also on receptions for touchdowns. Everybody, Ed Dixon, touchdown pass reception. Cameron Artemis-Payne scoring. They found a lot of ways to get a lot of people involved in the offense. And again, the bottom line was they came away with a big victory, and when you win big victories, you have fun. The big difference in the ball game after a slow start, both teams were a little bit sluggish in the first quarter. The starting point actually was the Carolina Panthers won the toss and deferred. So they knew they were going to get the ball first to start the second half. After taking a touchdown lead, it was 10-7, I believe, at the time. The Panthers were able to drive down late in the first half and were unable to get the touchdown they wanted right before halftime. The Dolphins got the ball back, and as Cam calls him, Captain America, Luke Kuechly intercepts a pass deep in Miami territory, and the Panthers were able to cash in and get a touchdown right before halftime in the closing seconds to actually go up by 2 scores. Again, going back to what we said, the Panthers won the toss, deferred, got the ball first, second half, drove down and scored another touchdown, and from that point on, the route was owned. The good thing to see was last week we talked about what a tough game Jonathan Stewart had. Jonathan had 2 crucial turnovers in the ball game and just did not look himself, but Jonathan Stewart took it personally, according to head coach Ron Rivera. It felt like even though the Panthers won last week that he let his team down. And he came out a different guy tonight, and he rushed for over 117 yards and looked like the Jonathan Stewart of previous years. I think he had something to prove. Coach Rivera said in the postgame press conference that he's not washed up as a running back. He still can get it done. Cam Newton even reeled off a 69-yard run, and it was kind of interesting listening to his comments post-game that he said his best friend told him he does not have that gear or that move to be able to bust a touchdown of over 50 yards. He said on that long run he was hoping and praying the defensive back from the Dolphins would fall down, which he did not, and he ran him down. So he said the first text he had in his locker when he got back to the locker room was his friend texted him and told him, "I told you so. You just don't have it to break over a 50-yard run for a touchdown." Cam said he hopes to prove him wrong before the year is over. But a very good locker room in there. Again, I had the opportunity of talking with a lot of the players. Luke Kuechly talked about how the chemistry on this team has always been good, and the guys enjoy getting together and playing together and having fun. But the fun is back in the Panthers locker room at this point. The sad thing is the Panthers have been in high gear the last 2 weeks. They will now take a week off, which Cam says good because he has to take pizza and some other cupcakes to his little girl's school this coming week, and he's got some daddy duties to do during the off week for Thanksgiving and all. But the team will take a week off before playing the next 2 games on the road against the New York Jets, and then a very key matchup after that, going to New Orleans as they're trying to keep pace with the New Orleans Saints before returning to the bank on December the 10th to take on the Minnesota Vikings. Again, happy night, late night. It's getting a little cold out here right now. It was a chilly night, and heaven knows I need to get back in, and I apologize for my voice that had to go in and see the doctor today and get a shot, get a prescription to try to get well enough to come. But I tell you what, it was a fun night in the press box, too, that I had the opportunity of running into one of my longtime favorite professional football players, Dan Marino, in the press box. Went to the restroom, ran into another Hall of Famer, Steve Young, quarterback of the 49ers, ran into Travell Wharton, had a nice talk with the former Gamecock there, and also the Hornets basketball team, Kimball Walker and Dwight Howard, and a lot of the players actually cut through the press box on their way to their box that they had for tonight, though. So it was a lively night in the press box tonight. Celebrity City on Monday Night Football. But the bottom line is the Carolina Panthers come away with a 45-21 win on Monday Night Football. I think Cam now is either 5-1 and 6-1, but when the lights come on and Monday Night Football shows up, then he brings his A game, and that was the story tonight. Reporting for Lindy Sports, I am the coach, Dick Cox.